What is up, YouTube? Lamont at Large coming to you from Forest Lawn Cemetery, Hollywood Hills in Glendale, California. I am here to do a Faces in Death, but also there is a particular grave that I'm interested in showing you guys. He had a very odd story of how he died. I will never forget the story of what happened to him. So he happened to be buried here, and I was coming here anyway, so I'm gonna go look for him. But this place is absolutely massive. So let's get started. Now, before you guys get all crazed about this sign, what you see before you is not actually a swastika. It is a Buddhist sign. The Nazis took the sign and made it their own. They kind of flipped it around. So when people see this, they'll say like, "Oh my God! Oh my God, he was a Nazi." No, he was a Buddhist. That's their sign. It was theirs first before Hitler stole it from them. So just thought I'd let you guys know and give you a little bit of history on this sign right here. This here is Anthony Omar Mudaris. Beloved son and brother, I will always love you. I'm not sure if he's actually interred in this stone right here or he's in the ground. You might know his sister. Her name is Nikki Mudaris. She was famous on some reality TV show. I don't know who she is. I never heard of her until I've seen this grave. Their family, the Mudaris family, owns some strip clubs out here in Los Angeles, so he's somewhat well known in that side of things, so to speak. He died of a drug overdose in Studio City. He actually died not very far from here. Trinka Michael Bagetta, our sweet Trinka, a most giving and compassionate heart, a generous, creative spirit, beautiful inside and out, left us too early to live with the stars, the sun and the moon, dance with the rain, sing with the wind and the angels. We love you so deeply and miss you every second of every day. We will eternally cherish and honor you. You live forever in our hearts and minds. Hugs and kisses, Mom, Cliff, Dad, Aunt, CB, Rob, and Chris. I tried to look up what happened to her, but there was no information. This is her father, Vincent Samuel Bagetta. So unfortunately, he buried his daughter. This is Christopher Joseph Miller. Loving son, grandson, brother, you are in our hearts and memories every day. You will always be our son, our hero, our champ. We are proud and blessed to have shared life together with you. We thank God for the time we had together. Rest, my son. We will be together soon. We love you and miss you forever. mom and dad. I've read about him online. It appears that he might have died of an accidental drug overdose. That's what the comments led me to believe what happened to him. The man, the legend himself, guys. This is Dr. Jerry Hatton Bus. He was the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. He brought us 10 championships. Very, very loved, very, very revered in the Los Angeles community and throughout the NBA community as well. This man, let me tell you, he lived a life. And I remember him as a kid just being in the news, being in the spotlight. Every time we won a championship, he's always there, being interviewed. The greatest owner of any sports franchise as far as I'm concerned. This is him, guys. Dr. Bus, rest in peace. I have been a Los Angeles Lakers fan since 1990, and thank you, sir, for making our franchise one of the greatest that ever was. And don't worry, guys, we'll be back next year. We will be back next year. We will be going to the playoffs, and we will be making some noise. Go Lakers. This is Malcolm C. Odo. He died when he was 29 years old. This is Malcolm C. Odo. He was 30 when he died. Malcolm is an example of what love is. Big shot. There was a cause of death online, but the website that I got it off of doesn't look really reputable, so I don't want to say how he died, but it definitely was a tragic accident. And he was well received and very loved by many, many people. You don't see these very often. 100-year grave. He lived 100 years. Or she, I'm not sure the name. I'm not sure the Kill Kim, I'm not too sure, but 101, almost made it to 102. Lived a very, very long life. All the modern marvels and technology created, this person's seen it all. From horse-drawn carriages to the invention, pretty much, of the automobile becoming a way of life. This is Carpus Torosian. A heart of gold stopped beating, two shining eyes at rest. God broke our hearts to prove he only takes the best. He died in a motorcycle accident. You might want to Google this lady when you get a chance. Interesting story. It says online she was a Playboy bunny. She died the night after leaving the Playboy mansion. A party was going on over there. It says she died of a accidental overdose of cocaine mixed with GHB. I put a picture because she was very, very attractive. This picture on her stone does not do her any justice. It almost reads like a soap opera. I'm not going to repeat it because it just sounds kind of silly. It sounds like some kind of a love triangle, and she got upset at somebody slept with some other woman. A typical reality TV show script from what this lady's life might have possibly looked like. Beloved wife, mother, and sister, you left a huge void behind your short earthly presence. Your unconditional love, good deeds, and beautiful smile will always be remembered and cherished. I found you.
Yeah, this is one I've never seen before, and I hope I never see one like this again. You look over across the freeway here. This is right where the 5 and the 134 freeways come together. A person was involved in a single car accident. You see a little compact car back there. It's badly smashed up. This happened around 7 o'clock this morning. One car only. The driver of that car ejected up into a freeway sign overhead. You can see at the end of that ladder where that freeway sign is, they've got the body of the driver covered with a sheet. Exactly how this happened or what caused it to happen, we don't know. We don't have much information about that. You can only surmise that the driver was not wearing a seatbelt. Now the horrific task that somebody from the fire department or perhaps the coroner's office has to climb up that ladder and retrieve that body from the freeway sign. So a person ejected quite a distance up into the air. The body ends up on this freeway sign. The sign says Colorado exit 3/4 of a mile away. They've got a couple of lanes closed here on the right-hand side, and then somebody's got this horrific job to do. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Okay, so this guy's story is very, very, very peculiar. I remember this story vividly. So, according to eyewitnesses, he was driving on the 134 freeway, which is literally less than a mile away. He was driving in a car, and he was just darting in and out of traffic, driving super crazy, driving very, very erratically. He crashed his car, and he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. His body was ejected on top of the sign, of a freeway sign. And everyone driving in traffic that day was looking at this guy's body hanging off the freeway sign, but it happened the day before Halloween. So everyone thought that it was a Halloween prank. They just thought somebody stuffed a dummy and just threw him up there as a Halloween joke, but it was no joke. It was this man, Richard Pananian. Another weird story about his family. They started a GoFundMe, of course, to help with the funeral costs, but they asked for $50,000. The family received a lot of hate on social media and on the comment section of the story on the news website because of them asking for such an absurd amount. I can understand you ask for about $10,000, maybe $15,000. The stone is really nice, don't get me wrong, but to ask for $50,000, in my opinion, it's very low brow of the family to do that. And, trust me, they received a pretty big backlash over it. Listen, this kid was 20 years old, and yeah, he was driving stupid. He was driving recklessly. He could have killed somebody. Unfortunately, he ended up the only victim of his own misdeeds. But, listen, I've done stupider things than that in my life when I was a kid. There was, a seatbelt would have saved this kid's life. He would have never been thrown out of the car. It's heartbreaking. You bury your kid, and very, very sad. People, please don't drive crazy. Always wear your seatbelt. I always wear mine. You should always wear yours. Now this family has a dead son, and they'll never see him ever again.